Hey guys, Cheri from the Watering Mouth here. I'm back. Yay! I'm so excited. So excited to be here. Not only because I've been on maternity leave for months now, trying to raise a couple little cute twin girls and have a toddler at the same time, which that's a topic for another video. But also because I have Nancy with me today. Nancy Dawdy, thank you so much for being here, my friend.
Happy to be here.
Yay. All
So
right.
good to see you.
Yeah, thanks. It's so good to be back and to get to spend some time with you too, Nancy, but with the audience as well, because we have a really exciting video today. It's an interview with Nancy that has been a long time coming. If you guys don't know Nancy, where have you been? You've clearly been under a rock like I have, but Nancy has been with us for a long time. She is our recipe developer for the challenges. And the only thing I keep hearing about the challenges is that they keep getting better. So kudos to Nancy for taking our challenges and turning them into an amazing thing. But more exciting for me actually is that Nancy is a coach for the Watering Mouth as well. And she has been coaching for us for quite some time in the Facebook groups. You've probably seen her around in the High Nutrient Lifestyle group, in the Elite Coaching group for the challenges, and also in the Eat to Live Academy group, where her and Karen are just rock star coaches, and they help people to learn more about how to become consistent on the Eat to Live lifestyle, to eat this way sustainably, to love it, right? And to get to their goals, to your goals of weight loss or just healthy eating, improved test scores on health things, right? Cholesterol, that's kind of all of the promises of Eat to Live. We're just trying to help you guys get there. And Nancy has been doing an amazing job of helping for quite some time now. And she's actually at the point now where she's ready to start coaching private clients. Now, you guys know I've been coaching private clients for a long time. Karen came on board coaching my private clients while I was gone on maternity leave. And she did such an amazing job. And Nancy is such an amazing coach with fantastic experience. I want her to be alongside Karen doing this coaching thing as well, because she's taught me so much about myself just in our calls back and forth ever since we've been working together. I guess it's been, how long has it been that we've been working together? A couple years now? It's been a while.
Couple years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Anyways, it's been so wonderful to see her blossom in all of the things that she's doing. And to now where we're finally at the place where I can give her the reins and let her start taking private clients as well. I wanted to give you guys an introductory interview with Nancy so you can get to know more about her, and then also why life coaching and weight loss coaching and, health coaching is so important. So without further ado, we're going to get into this and learn some more about Ms. Nancy here. So, she's a recipe developer for us. She is, been coaching, but do you also know she's certified in the same exact methods that I am from the Life Coach School? So we, of course, all believe as coaches that this is the best place to be certified in the world. I've told you guys
Karen.
before, and Karen is certified in the same exact methods. So we use the same methods. We're all plant-based eaters. We follow Eat to Live. And we use these super powerful methods not only to coach our clients, but in our own lives too. It's made a 100% 180 degree change in my life for so many different things. And I know just talking with Nancy, she feels the same way about these tools. So we're all certified in the same stuff. We all know how to get clients from point A to point B, what they're looking for, how to guide them on their journey. So I want to tell you a little bit about Nancy first. So Nancy, you've been a plant-based eater for a long time. How long have you been plant-based?
At least 15 years. I mean,
wow.
I've dibbled and dabbled in it over time, but I can say consistently for 15 years.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. And your experience with Eat to Live, how long have you been doing Eat to Live?
Yeah, when I found your videos, which was the reminder about Eat to Live, I looked back through my books, and I had an Eat to Live book that I had bought years ago, hadn't read it. So I can say that I've been consistently Eat to Live for a couple years now.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. And I remember when we first did one of those challenges, and you did the first challenge, and I interviewed you afterwards, and you just had such incredible results. And it was so fun to watch you go from that, which was, loving Eat to Live and really into it, to where you are now, which is just such a master at what you do, and now being able to coach it as well. So it's a very exciting place for me to be, to watch this. So let's talk a little bit about life coaching in general, because I don't think a lot of people know, like when you hear the term life coaching, you're like, life coach, what's that? Right? So let's talk a little bit. Could you tell us maybe a quick lesson about life coaching and how you could use it in your life, something real basic that is very useful that you've found?
Sure. The life coaching that we do is causal coaching. So we look at the root cause of why we do what we do. And one of those reasons is because of what we think. So learning about that we have the power to choose what we think, that thoughts don't just happen to us, that we can intentionally focus on a thought, or we can let thoughts go that aren't serving us, is just such a trippy kind of idea.
Yeah, it definitely is. And that is one of the things that you hear about where you're like, I think what I think, how can I change my thoughts? So let's dig into
Yep.
that a little bit,
Yep.
because that is definitely the basis of what we do. And it's such an enticing concept, but it seems impossible. So let's talk a little bit. Do you have like an example in your life of where you've deliberately, on purpose chosen a thought?
Yep. So many. One that's, I think, real telling is my family and I go out to eat a lot, or not a lot, but we go out to eat. My
Yeah.
husband and I travel, and we're on the road eating out, or when we get together with my in-laws that live not too far away, we go out to dinner.
Yeah.
And so I would
And
have this
certainly in pre-COVID times, it was probably more than it is
yes,
now.
indeed.
Yeah.
Well said. Yes. Um, but I would have this angst about, okay, I'm going to be asking all these questions about how is this fixed? Does it have oil? Is there animal products in it? You have to ask them the right way, because they, to them, bone broth is not animal just all of this stuff. And so I would just get myself all worked up about asking questions and what other people were thinking and what the waiter was thinking, and just um, and that came from the way I was thinking.
Yeah.
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 So I when I got into coaching and looking at the mindset work, and realized that this was an area that I wanted to look at.
Yeah.
So I really dug into, okay, what am I thinking when I'm getting all anxious about this?
Yeah.
And
What was the thought that you deliberately chose? Where did you decide to go after?
yeah.
You see, you have an issue with being at restaurants and you're kind of
Yep.
like, how do I fix this? Where did you go? Where did you end up?
Yeah, I ended up with, I'm the kind of person who eats to live, no matter what, no matter
Okay.
what the circumstances. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thought that you deliberately chose. I'm the kind of person that eats to live. This is it, right?
Yep.
Now, the thing is, when I hear this, and this is a similar thought that I have when I go out to restaurants, it's like, I don't even have to have the thought anymore. It's just kind of like, what am I going to choose that's nutritarian, right? Like,
Yep.
you're at a restaurant, maybe there's going to be a little bit of oil or salt by mistake or something, but like, you're going to do your best to get this order the way you want it, right? Can you please make it with no oil? Can you this, that, whatever.
Mhm.
But going from being a person who has a lot of anxiety at a restaurant, having to ask those things, to a person who says, no, I just eat to live. That's it. I'm going to ask the questions the way I want to ask them, and I'm not going to worry about the waiter's opinion. That to me feels like kind of a jump.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
can you explain to us how you went from being the person who was really self-conscious to the person who suddenly always chooses eat to live?
Yeah. I had to look into what my thoughts were. What was
Okay.
I thinking? And why was I thinking them? So really digging into why am I so anxious about this? What's the big deal?
Okay.
Well, I can't control what the waiter thinks. I can't control what my family thinks, or how long this is going to take, or that they're getting nervous or anxious or whatever.
Mhm.
I have no control over that. So when I really dialed into what the problem was, I mean, I really asked myself why a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Why is this a problem? What's going on here? And really looked at it and discovered that I was anxious for other people. It's like,
Ah,
no,
interesting.
that doesn't work. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Um, I have no control over what anybody else thinks. I have control over me.
Yeah.
So that's a big lesson in life coaching, that we take responsibility for what we think and
Mm,
what we do.
right.
So when I
How
was,
did you get
yeah,
how did you get from I'm worried what they're going to think about me to I'm just thinking about me now. It's important for me to think about me, right? Can you see what I'm asking? Like, cuz still, how did you get past that? You're sitting there and, 4 questions go by with the waiter and, you're kind of thinking about what the family's thinking. How did you do that part? Can you talk to that a little bit?
yeah, it really,
Letting go of what they thought. How
yeah.
did that happen?
And it didn't happen at the table. I mean, it
Yeah.
happened over time,
Okay.
where I was, one time thinking about, okay, I'm going to be going out to dinner with my family tomorrow, and how am I going to handle this? And as I thought about how it was going to go, and really asked myself, okay, what does it matter what the waiter thinks,
Yeah.
and what does it matter what my family thinks? Because I am, I'm trying to get to the words,
Yeah.
because this is what I want for me.
Right.
And there's no reason, I mean, they're eating what they want, and I want to eat to live.
Right.
So questioning myself in that moment isn't helpful. I mean,
Right.
does that make
Yeah,
sense?
exactly. Totally. Like, you decided to make yourself the priority, right? In that situation, in that specific moment, your your inner peace, your health
Hmm.
became the priority, right? And
Yeah.
I think so many of us want to do that. And yet there's there's that people pleasing thing of we just want things to be smooth too,
Yeah.
right? But then it's not smooth for us afterwards, because in our head is when
Right.
it's not smooth, right? We
Right.
leave and we may have smoothed it out for the family or for the waiter, right? But afterwards, now it's like hectic in our brain and no
Should I
one
have
else
done
sees
that? Why
that.
did I do that? What
Yeah, I
the
shouldn't have
mind
eaten that.
drama?
Yeah,
Yeah.
now tomorrow when I get on the scale, this is going to
Right.
happen, but right, you have,
Right.
so instead of, okay, this is amazing. And what I want to point out is this took you a while to get to, right?
Mhm.
Like, this was a
Yeah.
journey for you
Right.
to uncover these thoughts, to look at it and see, what am I thinking? And it was a lot of there's that mind drama, like you said, feelings inside of you,
Mhm.
angst,
Right.
anxiety, um, you know, the outsider, you don't want to feel, you're going through all
Mhm.
these things, and this is a process for you. I want to bring this back to life coaching now, because this was something you did in your own mind, and it took a while, probably months, for you to work through just this one thought of like,
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
want them to think I'm weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if we're a life coach and we're actually doing a private session with a coach, guys, audience, this is what I want you to know. Nancy can get you to this place in a 45-minute session.
Mhm. Yes.
Isn't that the beauty of it, Nancy? Is like when you're on with the client and you get off that, it's like, as a life coach, I know this, and I know I've heard this from Nancy before too, and from Karen. You get off that call and it is like the best moment of your life, because you just got someone from point A to point B like that, instead of them having to go through all that months of suffering just trying to fix one thought, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's so exciting to see when the light bulb goes off and they're like, I don't have to think that. I
Yeah.
mean, because you're right. For me, had to get to that place where I don't have to do it this way. I can
Yeah.
do it differently, because what I want to eat is important to me, and what,
Yeah.
my husband wants to eat is important to him, and
Yes.
he doesn't have, so just thinking through all that. But yes, when I can get a client to help a client to see, because I give them perspective and help them to see things that they didn't see in a way that they couldn't see, because we all have blind spots.
Yep.
We can't see what we don't see.
Exactly. And that's why it can be so much faster. And that's why it is so much faster. The things that I've struggled with, various things over different sessions with, Karen, you guys know Karen is my coach. And I've hired other coaches from the life coach school as well to coach me. And I've had sessions with Nancy where I remember one session I had with you where you said, I was worried. I think I mentioned this in a video before, but I was worried about putting a challenge out. I was worried about putting some product out. I can't remember what it was. And I was dragging my feet on sending out an email, which was the email to, launch the product. And I was like, I'm so scared to send this email. And you were like, well, what are they missing out on because you're scared of sending this email, right? And it was like surgical. That question she asked me, the question that Nancy asked me on that phone call was like surgical to just change my mind and go, whoa, you're totally right. And here I had been avoiding sending that email for weeks because I was so afraid. And with one sentence, she got me to where I needed to be to move forward and send the email. And then it was a product that people loved, and it really did change a lot, and it was so amazing. And that's what I want you guys to understand about life coaching. That's what it does, right? Instead of taking months, and you might figure it out, you might get to where you want to be, but don't you want to do that faster? Wouldn't you just like to have less pain? Stop punching yourself in the face earlier, right? So that's really what that is. Thank you for that example, because really that technique there is digging into those thoughts and being able to see them from an angle that you hadn't seen before. And so that's what we use life coaching for. Thank you for that example.
Sure.
So what are your favorite things about coaching? What do you love to do for clients as a coach?
Well, I love we call it holding space for clients, just offering a safe place to say things they may not have said to any other person. They may not even said it to themselves. And just being able to, I assure my client that I've got you. I love you. I don't know you that well, but I love you as a human. You're a fellow human, and what you have to say is important, and I'm here to listen to you. So I love that part. I love, like we said, when the light bulbs go off and it's like, what? That's what I do?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know how that feels as a client when my coach says something and I'm like, is that really what?
Exactly. Did I say that?
Blind spots. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. And seeing people get to where they didn't think they could get to, right? Get to the goal that they didn't see that they could do a week before.
Yeah, for sure.
Or for a long time before. Yeah.
Those are the same kinds of things that I love about life coaching and weight coaching and things like that too. I think in my journey, having been coached before by you, by Karen, by people from the life coach school, et cetera, it creates such a place of peace for me. Like it creates so much more peace in my mind and in my heart, in my life. Because you can see things from the outside, because you can see that perspective that you wouldn't have gotten if it was just rolling around in your head doing what it does, right? You get that perspective, but then as you continue to have that perspective, you keep that perspective as you go. It's like a little grab bag that you get to keep from your coaching experience. You don't lose those lessons. They stay with you. And then you're able to apply them to the things that come to you in the future too, future challenges and things like that. And you kind of have this more inner peace to deal with things that come with you, to you. Yeah. But so you get peace, you get the sense of empowerment is what I feel too. You feel like finally you're empowered to change instead of, I need the next diet plan, or I need I need to read this next person's book to learn what I need to learn, right? We all know that Eat to Live is like the healthiest diet on the planet. So how can we just do that for good? How can we just quiet that mind drama and be able to do that long-term sustainably to create the health benefits, but the weight loss too, right? That's such a nice benefit of it as well. So how can we just do that sustainably rather than what we've always done, which is, Labor Day comes around and, oh, I'm off my diet again, or Christmas comes around and I'm going to be off for 3 weeks to 6 months, kind of a thing. How do we get that brain to work for us instead of against us? And that's what a life coach can do. Go ahead.
Yeah. An interesting story. This morning, I was thinking, things in motion stay in motion. So when this process starts with getting a coach and beginning to look at what your thoughts are and why you have the results that you have in your life, things start to click.
Yeah.
So this morning, as I was in between my waking up time and my getting up time, a thought just came in my brain, as thoughts do.
Yeah.
But that it was something like, you've heard this before, if food is not the problem, if say you're having an emotional time and over something.
Yes.
And if food isn't the problem, then food's not the answer, right?
Right, exactly.
But we tend to go to food. If you're an emotional eater, if that's what you call yourself, whatever, we eat our emotions. So that whole idea. But the thought that, I wasn't thinking any of this that I know of, but as I woke up, I was thinking just that idea that, that even though I was having a feeling about something, it didn't have to drive me to eat whatever,
Yes.
and it had nothing to do with food.
Right.
It was just like this crystal clear moment. I don't know if I'm describing it well enough, but it was like, because I was working on thoughts anyway and thinking about what I'm thinking about, you just get in this mindset of, okay, what else is in there? And this just popped up, and you can hear it, you can see a meme, you can hear people say something, but when it comes through your brain, if it comes through your thoughts, it really it was like, whoa.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
anyway.
That is such a huge thing that happens too. And I've noticed that in a life coaching relationship, when you're being coached by somebody, suddenly all those memes start to make sense. Suddenly all the things that I've said to you that have been lessons to me start to make sense to you. You watch one of my videos from the past and suddenly it's all, oh, now I get what she's talking about. Right. These things start to become more and more clear, and it's all attributed to, like, I was telling you this the other day, Nancy, the way I envision it is I'm sitting here at my desk and I'm me, but when you have a life coach, it's like you suddenly get to stand over your shoulder and look at your brain and watch yourself thinking while you're thinking, right? That's what it does for you, because normally I would just be sitting here having my thoughts, like just letting them run amok and do what they do and whatever. And I'd be, responding to this and responding to that or whatever. Whereas when you have a life coach, it's like a person standing there going like, wait a minute, are you sure you want to think that? Because you could think this instead, and here's why, or, this is why you've been thinking that your whole life. That's what a life coach does. They help you pick apart those thoughts as they're happening, and helping you in each situation to come up, each situation that comes up every week, picking it apart and going, why do you keep doing that? Here's maybe why, right?
And is this serving you? How is this thought serving you?
Yes. That's a huge one.
Just that question is like, what?
Yeah. Totally. Amazing. Well, I think we've gotten some awesome introduction to what life coaching is and what you could get out of a session. Typically we do a program. So we've got a program, many weeks at a time, depending on the client and what the client needs. 12 weeks, ish is usually what we start with. But to really kind of create a relationship, to pick out a bunch of those thoughts for a period of time in your life and find out where you're at and then where we can take you very quickly. So if it sounds like something you're interested in, which if you're here at the end of this video, I know you're still interested, and you speak our language, because this stuff has changed our life, and that from our enthusiasm, it probably will have a great effect on yours too. So if you're interested, we are offering free 30-minute mini sessions. So what these mini sessions do, you get on a call with Nancy, a private call, just you and her, and you'll talk about what's going on with you and how she might be able to help, and if you guys are a good fit for coaching. It's just the mini session alone, which, did I mention it's free, totally transformative. I mean, just getting on this one session is so, so helpful to understand where you're at right now and where you could go. And then the rest of the coaching relationship would be very similar, where you're just opening up that brain, looking at it and seeing the thoughts for what they are and how they could be changed, and then learning how to deliberately choose thoughts in the future instead of allowing your brain to just choose for you. Okay. So that's basically what this is in a nutshell. What we want to offer you is this free 30-minute mini session, but you have to apply for it. We don't do mini sessions for everybody. You fill out an application and we will look through your answers and see if we think it's going to be a good fit. If so, then Nancy will reach out to you and offer a mini session for you. And you can schedule it at your convenience whenever is a good time for you, very easily with Nancy's calendar. We would love to have you on one of these mini sessions. And just for signing up for, just for applying for a mini session, you'll also get an awesome PDF with 2 of the most loved ever challenge recipes that Nancy has created herself from the past challenges, our most popular. We will send you 2 of those recipes just for free, just for applying for the mini session. So as soon as you apply, Nancy will respond and give you those recipes. So what we want you to do, sign up for the mini session, apply for it. Nancy will review and she will get back to you, and hopefully you will be accepted and we can get into a coaching relationship with you. We would love to do that 30-minute session with you. And at least, like I said, just signing up for it is going to give you so much perspective, open up that brain and get in there. So I think that's it, Nancy. I'm excited just after doing this call, because I can tell that anyone watching this is going to find so much depth in their brain that they never even saw before. So I want to thank you, Nancy, for your time and for giving us a little look inside your brain too. And we really hope that we can get a lot of people in on these mini sessions, because we do know how important they are and how wonderful they can be to open you up. So do you have anything that you want to say, anything else to mention?
Thank you for introducing me to our community. I'm very excited about this opportunity. I think the best part is awareness, helping people become aware of their thoughts and their feelings and what that's bringing on in their lives. I mean, that's it. So I love to offer the gift of awareness to you.
Wonderful. That's perfect. Yeah. Sounds so good. Hope to see you guys on a mini session. So in order to apply, you have to go to thewateringmouth.com/coach with Nancy. Okay. Just go there. You'll be able to read some bio about her. And then there's an application form there that you can just fill out. Super easy. Takes just like 2 minutes, and she will receive your application and we will reach out to you. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, for, watching a video of me again. I'm so glad to be back. And I will be back momentarily with more videos in the future. And a special thanks to Nancy for being here and opening up her brain and her coaching services. I really hope to see you guys on a mini session with her, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks, Nancy.
Thanks. Okay.
Bye, guys.